3 flavorful Asian rice recipes all made in a rice cooker to save you time without sacrificing taste. These recipes showcase rice dishes from China, Taiwan, and Laos, highlighting each country's unique flavors. Hainan chicken, originally from southern China, has made its way across Southeast Asia, evolving with bold new flavors, especially when paired with Jeow, a Lao spicy, tangy dipping sauce. Let's start by prepping the aromatics for the Jeow dipping sauce. I'm using a big batch, so I'll use a whole garlic bulb, about 10 cloves, so go ahead and crush the cloves, then remove the husk. Using a metal Asian spoon, scrape off the peel from a knob of ginger, then mince it into small pieces. Roughly chop the cilantro stems, and then in a deep mortar, add the garlic, ginger, bird's eye chili peppers, cilantro, and then smash everything into a rough paste. If you prefer less heat, reduce the number of peppers. And once you have a paste, you're going to add the sugar, plenty of fish sauce, is about half a cup, juice from 1.5 limes, and a pinch of MSG. Mince well and adjust the flavors to your taste. And then go ahead and transfer to a large bowl and set aside. Now, slice a knob of ginger into thin pieces and finely mince a few cloves of garlic. Set those aside and put it into a small bowl. Rinse 3 cups of jasmine rice or any long grain like calrose rice in your rice cooker by swirling with water until it runs clear. Do this about 3 times. After draining, add 3.5 cups of the chicken stock. Keep in mind that the chicken will release more liquid as it cooks. Add the minced garlic and ginger, then place about 2 pounds of chicken thighs evenly over the rice. Take fresh pandan leaves, so these are found in usually the frozen section of Southeast Asian markets. You want to go ahead and tie them and then toss it right into the pot for added fragrance. Drizzle sesame oil over the chicken for extra flavor. Set your rice cooker to cook. If you have a Zojirushi rice cooker like mine, use the jasmine rice setting and let it do its work. Mine took about 63 minutes. Once done, open the rice cooker, remove the pandan leaves, and take out the chicken thighs. Fluff the rice with a spoon, and then use a 1 cup measuring cup for a round shape when plating. Serve the chicken alongside the rice with a small bowl of the Jeow sauce on the side. Garnish with cilantro and drizzle the sauce right over the chicken before serving, and enjoy. Now it's time to dig in, so let's build our spoon. So I like adding the rice first, and then grab some of those chicken pieces, and of course you need the skin on there. And then lastly, add lots of sauce on top. Spicy, so depending on your spice level, add however much you want. Oh, I'm already drooling just looking at this. And then that is the perfect spoon. It hits real fast with flavors. The sauce just brings everything together because you don't want to over season the rice or the chicken because the sauce is quite flavorful. And then the chicken is actually quite tender and it's delicious. Would highly recommend this, making it during a weekday meal, really easy. All you have to do is add rice to your rice cooker, whatever chicken you have available, aromatic, let the rice cooker do its thing, and then in no time you have a whole meal and your family's gonna be so happy. I certainly am. Sticky rice is a Lao staple, traditionally eaten by hand with a chewy, bouncy texture. This recipe uses a different method by making it effortlessly in an electric rice cooker. In a pot, add 3 cups of sticky rice and enough water to cover. Use your hands to mix the rice and rinse away that excess starch. Repeat this process for at least 3 times until the water is somewhat clear. After draining, return the rice to the pot. And for the sticky rice, I like using a ratio of 1 to 1.5 cups of water for every 3 cups of rice to achieve that perfect texture, not too wet and not too dry. Be sure to use the measuring cup that comes with your rice cooker. Set the cooker to the sweet setting, which in this case adjusted to about 49 minutes. Once done, open the rice cooker and gently fluff the rice. Okay, so the sticky rice is done, and we're going to do a Lao Sticky Rice check, which means going in there with your hands, taking it out, and seeing it if it clumps to your hand or it stays together. And ding, ding, ding. It doesn't stick to my hand, maybe just a little bit, but most of it is in a ball. Sticky rice, like how Lao people like to eat it, Lao Sticky Rice. It's not as bouncy, but seems pretty good. Now we're gonna do the Jeow test, which is Jeow dip. Okay. This is a great method if you forget to soak your Lao Sticky Rice and you need it within an hour. This is a great way because this took about 50 or so minutes without soaking, putting it in and letting the rice cooker do its thing. So I'm using the Zojirushi 10 cup rice cooker, and this was about 3 cups and it did pretty well. It can make a lot, so if you have a big family, you can definitely make a lot of sticky rice. I'll put the link in my description below if you're interested in grabbing one of these rice cookers. Taiwanese sticky rice packs bold flavors and rich textures into every bite, all made effortlessly in a rice cooker. Let's begin by prepping the aromatics. Peel the skin off the shallots and slice it thinly. Place the slices on a plate. Next, you're going to peel about 6 garlic cloves, mince them finely, and then add them to the same plate with the shallots. For the mushrooms, thinly slice 6 fresh shiitake mushrooms and set them aside. Peel a large carrot and slice it into thin matchsticks, working in portions. I like using canned chopped bamboo shoots for convenience. Open the can and measure out about half a cup of bamboo, placing it on a plate. Here's a brand of small dried shrimps I like using, so go ahead and measure out your shrimp and then place it in a small bowl. Rehydrate in room temperature water for about 5 minutes, and if you want more shrimp for flavor, feel free to add more. For the protein, I'm using half a pound of pork tenderloin, and then go ahead and slice it into long strips and then into thin mat strips. So an extra tip, if you freeze a pork for about an hour, it will be easier to slice, and then you can go ahead and set the pork to the side. Now let's start the cooking process. Heat a large pot on high and add about 1/3 cup of oil. Yes, you'll need plenty for the rice to absorb. Once the oil is hot, you're going to add the shallots and garlic. Saute for a few minutes until they turn translucent, and then the oil takes on those flavors. Add the mushrooms and saute on medium heat for a few additional minutes until softened. Now you can go ahead and add the pork, break up any clumps, and then cook for 3 to 4 minutes until no pink remains. Stir in 1/3 cup of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce, a splash of black vinegar, and a bit of granulated sugar. Mix well and reduce the heat to low. Add the carrots, the bamboo, and drained shrimp, stirring everything together, and then go ahead and cook this for 3 to 4 minutes until the carrots soften. Then add the cooked sticky rice from earlier, drizzle over the sesame oil, and then go ahead and gently break up the rice clumps as you stir. Though lumpy at first, it will gradually break apart and mix with the sauce and other ingredients. Once everything is well combined, toss in some chopped cilantro, remove from the heat, and serve the rice in a bowl. I'll include the links to the full written recipes in the description box. Taiwanese sticky rice is done, and let's try it out. So let's grab a big spoonful of the rice, mushroom, carrot, bamboo, and some of that pork. Sticky rice in any form just makes me really happy and gives me comfort. Oh, and I definitely taste the garlic and shallots that have just infused into the rice and mushrooms. This is a dish you'll definitely want to make really fast. The rice cooker method of Taiwanese sticky rice, all you do is put your rice in the rice cooker, prepare all your ingredients, then bring everything together, and you're done. Can't complain about that.